Thanks very much, Chandra. Yeah, just quickly to answer the questions there, the fun facts. I did actually spend a night in a jail. It was a charity initiative. I spent the night on Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was kept in prison. It was for a charity for children back in South Africa. So I spent the night in a jail. So fun fact. So no crime here, just good charity work. Yeah, so with that, I'm just gonna, if it's all right with everyone, I'll just share my screen. I've just put a little slideshow together for everyone to help with what we're gonna talk about today. I'm just gonna move everyone around. So there we go. Okay, perfect. So I found this quote yesterday, and I just threw it into the presentation because I thought it would be relevant. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So obviously, as business owners, we know that working in our business takes a lot of time. So what we want to do is we want to try and automate the process and make it as easy as possible to try and find these customers. So hopefully, this is something that we can kind of go through today. And what I want to do is I want you to apply it to your business. Obviously, it's a broad slide, but again, apply it to your business. And if you've got any questions, put it in the chat and I'll be happy to answer afterwards. So what are we going to cover? So the current state of the market at the moment and the shock that we're in, how to build a marketing machine and find those customers while we sleep. There'll be a case study that we can talk to. We'll be giving away some freebies. Everyone loves some freebies. And then lastly, we'll have a bit of Q&A at the end. So grab your coffee, grab your popcorn. Let's dive straight into this now. So as you can see, I speak funny. So originally from South Africa, as Chandra said, honors degree in brand and strategic management, public relations, and I've been working in marketing for the last 12 years. These are some of the companies that I've worked for. And most recently, I've just started an agency called Got Legs Digital. And basically, there are two aspects to this business. On the one side, there's the agency side, which is helping businesses. And the other side is more helping amputee victims in Africa to get legs. So just by working with us, proceeds from the profits that we make are then donated to children and people in Africa that do not have the ability of mobility. So how do we do that? So we help businesses implement and automate their marketing. Simple as. So everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson. Now, I think it is fair to say that we have all been punched in the mouth. Like this coronavirus, no one could plan for it. No one had planned for it. And if you did, I want to know because I want to employ you in my business. But what we need to do now is we need to adjust. When you're getting punched in the face, there's no going, what did my plan say? It's about being nimble. It's about pivoting. It's about changing. And we're in the ring now, and we need to be nimble and changing now in order for our business to move forward. What's gotten our business here today is not going to see us through. So we need to change and adjust. So let's just have a look at the state of market and the state that our current customers are in. So we've obviously been hit by the coronavirus. Everyone's furloughed. Businesses are going into kind of hibernation. And everyone's in a state of shock at the moment. This is something that's unprecedented that we're dealing with. There's a lot of fear out in the market. So we need to kind of understand that we need to focus not on the fear, but on the positivity. Are we watching the news every afternoon, finding out how many people are passing away? What the death toll is, how long people are in lockdown, how many people are unemployed. This fear. We need to get that away. So it all starts with us. It is a mind state. It's a state of mind. And as entrepreneurs, we need to remain positive. We need to remain forward thinking. And we need to be blinkered in our focus. We need to say that this will pass. And we need to find a way to get through it as opposed to just focusing on the fear and just staying forward focused. Then lastly, it's don't sell me something, solve me something. See, a lot of businesses at the moment thinking it's still business as normal and they're still just trying to push their products, buy my product. And that's not what the market needs at the moment. The market is in crisis. What they need to do is you need to be solving a problem. So find the problems that are going on in your industry, in your sector, in your community, and try and solve those problems. And by solving those problems, it'll be better for your business. And lastly, we need to stay connected. We're all in lockdown. We're not able to go to networking meetings, but now more than ever, people need to remain connected. And we can do this by connecting with our existing current customer base. We can also do this by forming partnerships with new partners. Now that everyone's at home, there's a lot more time to have these conversations. Also, if there were partnerships that you never thought were potentially possible earlier, now there might be an opportunity for that because businesses are having to pivot and move. So one, have those conversations with your current customer base, reignite that energy. And then two, find those partnerships that you think could be out there that could help leverage your business and help see your business through this. So that's the current state of the markets. So now ultimately, we need to build this marketing machine that's going to find us some leads. So now knowing what we know in the market and knowing our customer state of mind, how do we do that? So first, we need to attract customers. Okay. So to do that, we need to understand our target audience. So specifically, who are we targeting? What is the age? What is the demographics? What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are the problems that they are facing right now? And the more defined we can get on our target audience, the better it's going to be, because that is going to influence the rest of the marketing campaign. So maybe take some time, sit down and just see who is your customer? Who are you actually talking to? Build that profile of that person. Is it John, who's 45 years old, has an accountancy business, 2 kids? The problem is at the moment that he can't find new clients. He's an avid cyclist. Now, all these things will help you in influencing that. So once you've got your client base kind of identified or broken down, where do you go and find them? Well, social media at the moment is the most affordable way to go and find clients. You can go onto YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok even, are very affordable ways to go and find your customers, because that's where everyone's hanging out. We're all at home at the moment and we're all on our phones. So what do we need to do? Well, we've got to build a funnel. So this is a marketing funnel, and it takes people from the awareness stage into engagement, then to discovery, then ultimately to purchase, and then retention. So what does that mean? So say, for instance, we run an ad, and this ad goes out to your target audience. Previously, your target audience weren't aware of your business, but now they are. Then they get taken down to the engagement stage. So what is engagement? So engagement here could be that they've clicked on your ad, they've gone onto your website, they've gone onto your landing page, they've engaged with your brand. There's some sort of an emotional connection. Then lastly, there's the discovery phase. Now in discovery, they've actually set up a call with you, they've emailed you, they wanted to find out a little bit more about your business. And again, this is a stronger connection. That then ultimately drives the purchase. And then again, if they're a happy customer, there'll be the retention. So if we put this down into, obviously, finding a customer. So we put some numbers to this. This is how an average funnel would work. Your numbers start to diminish as further you go down the funnel. So 10 people see your advert, 6 people engage, 4 people discover, and 2 people purchase. Now, this will differ from sector to sector. If you're selling, for instance, a Porsche, it's not going to be that easy. If you're selling a kind of a low ticket item that's easy, that has a high conversion rate, these numbers will be a lot easier. But ultimately, we want to push people down the funnel to make a purchase. Now, this whole process can be automated, and you don't have to do a lot of things with it. Just some things in the start and some things at the end. So said, show me the money. So let me take you through a live case study that we've done sometime last year. But for the purposes of this example, I've just had to block out the names due to confidentiality. So we ran an ad on Facebook. As you can see, there's 2 ads going up there. What we did is we split tested to see which ad performed the best. Okay. Now, this was an advert for a property investment opportunity in Birmingham. It was for a property investment company. They were looking for investors to invest into a property. Okay. We ran the ad, we then got the metrics, and we sent them to a landing page. Now, landing page is very different to the website. The landing page was very specifically built for this project in Birmingham. It addressed all our target audience's pain points, their needs, gave information. It kind of gave them everything that they needed to know for them to make a decision about this project. We also had a lot of call to action buttons on our automated landing page so that people could download things, they could request a callback, they could watch a video, they could take some sort of action. And why we did that was because we wanted to collect their email addresses so that we could have a deeper conversation with them at a later stage. In order to do that, we were giving them value. So some of those buttons there, you could download the actual brochure of the project. You could download, or you could book a call with one of the consultants to find out more. So this was very much the engagement page. Then on that page, we set up a whole bunch of tracking metrics, tracking metrics and heat mapping so that we could tell where our customers were going when they landed on this landing page, so that we could make tweaks and changes and move things around so that it would be a better experience for the customer. Okay. So the heat map was telling us that most of them were only going to the second fold, so not going very far down. We could also tell where people were clicking. We installed a couple of tracking metrics on there, which then allowed us to retarget back to people on Facebook to find people that were similar, that were taking sort of actions. So we wanted to target people that were clicking the call button. We wanted to target people that were downloading the project. And then we were asking Facebook to go and find people out there that looked exactly like those people that were taking those actions. So that was really then emphasizing and enhancing our marketing. Then what we did is we created an opt-in email sequence where we sent everyone an email. We put value in that, and we just gave value, everything they needed to know about the project, one after another email, building up that trust, building up that connection, and just giving the people the answers to their questions before they were able to invest. Then what we did is we picked up the phone and we said, hello, is it me that you're looking for? Because you've obviously clicked through, you've opened all the emails, we want to have a conversation. But we didn't do this with everyone. We tracked the emails, and we were able to see in the emails who were the people that had opened through everything and were more likely and a more engaged customer to have that first conversation with. So the results of this campaign were just under 42,000 impressions on the ad. We reached 25,000 people, resulting in 273 people going to the landing page. We paid roughly just 37p per landing page view. We had a total budget spend of just under £100. This campaign ran for 2 weeks, and we had a return of investment of £110,000. Now I'm going to... 2
minutes, Gareth, sorry.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to give a disclaimer there that it was not all from the new customers. We had built a list by that stage. So it's important that you build a list. So lastly, the freebies that we're talking about. This is the marketing cookbook. It basically is a 30-day cookbook that tells you how to get your business started from vision to objectives to target audience, and then goes into the channels as well. So if you're wanting something like this, you can get in touch. If reading is not your thing, what we're also offering is a free website audit, where we can kind of do an audit on your website to see how it's performing in terms of the social, SEO, rankings, and things like that. So that is me. Any questions? I'm all ears.
Brilliant. Sorry, I'm playing with buttons again here, Gareth, so bear with me.
No problem, Sarah.
Thank you very much indeed for that. That was great. We're getting a lot of comments saying it was a brilliant presentation. I have to say, I thought that was really well put together and really descriptive for people. Great graphics in there. So who's ready to launch in? Has anybody actually used do you use something like ClickFunnels or something like that, is it, Gareth?
Yeah, there's multiple different channels out there at the moment. ClickFunnels are very good for e-commerce. There's other pages like lead pages. There's a company called Unbounce. You can do this. I believe you had a talk a while back on HubSpot. So HubSpot have some landing pages. There's multiple channels that you can use to do this that help with your business automation. HubSpot is a great start as well, and they have a free product.
So would you say that depending on the type of your business, whether you're selling a product or a service, would depend necessarily on which piece of software you opted for?
Yeah, I'd say very much so. So like, for instance, ClickFunnels, again, very much e-commerce focused. If you want to do, the one that we use at the moment is more kind of like a Unbounce. It's more business related. It looks less e-commerce, Amazon kind of focused. But yeah, it's finding out something that works for you and your business, testing them out. They all give free trials, 14 days, 30 days. So yeah, explore, play around.
So are you getting at the moment, are you getting a lot of businesses who are struggling and they're approaching you because they're having to completely rethink the way that they do business and they don't know where to start?
Well, again, I won't say a lot of businesses, because I think a lot of businesses see marketing as an expense than an investment. And what we try and do is putting the automation. You can kind of see, if I spend X amount, I get a return of Y amount. So that's why we want to automate it as well, so that people are saving time with their marketing. But yeah, it's like you've said, people have had an offline business before, or they've never marketed, or they've done network marketing face to face. Now they're having to go online and they don't know where to start, what channels to use, how do I do all of these things? And it's a minefield out there. So it's just setting up this process that makes it easier for them to kind of manage something in a set and forget strategy.
Okay. This is Ant from Winimate, and he's asking about Facebook ads. And he says, what's the average daily budget you would recommend to start with?
So again, from my expertise here, in the growth marketing space, I would test a lot and test with £5. You can run multiple split tests. So for instance, £5 ads going across maybe 10 different audiences or 10 different creatives or 10 different content. People are first attracted by the image. So first test the image. Then if the image works, then test the content. Then once the content works, then you test your landing page. So with marketing, although you can spend £5 a day, which is not a lot, when you're running a series of tests, it can add up. So it depends. If you've got the budget, I'd spend a larger budget and test a lot. If you don't, it's going to take a longer period of time. But you can test from as little as £5 a day.
Okay.
You'd want to spend at least about £1,000 before you're actually starting to see things work.
Right. Okay. So Claire Power at Crossways Recruitment just says, amazing presentation. Don't sell me something, solve me something. That's going up on my board in my office. It's inspirational. Thank you. Zenat says, what would you recommend is the first step to get started with automated marketing, funnel marketing, I guess, if you're a complete novice to this?
Yeah, no, great question. I think there's a lot of people that are in that same situation. I think the most affordable platform to be on at the moment is Facebook. So I would say set up a Facebook account. Off the back of that, you would then set up a business manager account. And then from there, you'd need to set up your Facebook ads account. So now that will allow you huge amount of targeting opportunities. I don't want to get too technical here in terms of tracking codes and stuff, but if you set something like that up, and you run an advert to your landing page, or if you don't have a landing page, you can run it to your website. It's a good start. Again, if you're just setting up, I wouldn't expect results initially unless you've got a great product. This is very much a test and learn. You need to test what your audience needs.
Okay. Really just on a final note, could you just tell us a little bit more about Got Legs Digital and the reason behind it?
Yeah, so I formed the company a few years ago. Got Legs Digital, as I mentioned, it's two parts to the business. First part being the agency. As a business, we want to help your business get legs, go viral, get out there, get known. We like to build brands. And then the second part of the business is basically just helping people that don't have the ability to walk. They're amputee victims in Africa. So helping them with their mobility and getting their independence back. So again, by working with us, you're helping them. So it's an ethical marketing agency built with purpose.
That's fantastic. I think that's about all we have time for now. Obviously, this being a double presentation as well. So thank you so much, Gareth. Can I get everybody to please unmute themselves again? And let's give Gareth a round of applause for all his wonderful advice.